Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we are going to learn Plus-que-parfait. So le Plus-que-parfait. So what is Plus-que-parfait? What did I tell you in our last class? What is it?
It's a past tense.
Mm-hmm.
It has the ether or a verb form of imparfait and a past participle.
Yeah. So that is the formation of Plus-que-parfait. And you said it's a past tense. But in past tense, you have so many tenses, right? So what is it in past tense? Which tense is in the past tense from the past
Um,
tense?
Past, something that happened before something happened, if
So
that makes sense.
what is it then? It's past perfect tense,
Huh.
right? So till now we have completed passé composé, passé récent, and now we are doing plus-que-parfait. All of them are past tense. So, and we have also done l'imparfait. So what are the differences in all of them? Since they may be confusing for you in past tense. So what is it? So passé composé is a tense when the action we use a passé composé for the action which is completed or which is just completed. So that is passé composé. Say for example, I went to the party yesterday. So that is passé composé. It happened and it finished. Okay, it is not in progress right now. That is passé composé. It takes two tenses from English, which is past indefinite tense and present perfect tense. Any confusion in passé composé?
So,
Perfect. Now you have passé récent. Passé récent is a tense which is just completed. Maybe in 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes back, maybe an hour back. So it's just completed. So this is passé récent or recent past. Okay. Uh, and the formation is venir de. So present tense of venir plus the plus you have the infinitive verb, which is not yet conjugated. Okay. Any confusion in any one of them? Passé composé and passé récent.
no, sir.
Very nice. And then you have l'imparfait. This might be very confusing, the difference between passé composé and l'imparfait. So please be very careful when I say. So there are, we use l'imparfait in four situations. First can be the continuous habits or continuous action in past tense. Continuous action. So when he entered my room, I was studying. So I was studying is the past continuous action. Okay. It was in continuous when he entered my room. Okay. He entered, the action finished. So that is passé composé. Okay. But what I was doing that point in time, I was studying. Okay, so that was the action which started in the past and still continuing when he entered my room. So that is the past continuous action. Or in English, you have past continuous tense for that. Okay, but in French, you have l'imparfait. Clear? Second condition can be past habits. I used to eat a lot of chocolates when I was young. Okay, I used to go to school daily when I was uh, when I was young. So, for example, okay. So that is past habits. All right. Uh, then the third condition could be weather conditions. If you have to describe a weather, okay, description, past description, anything. Okay. So yesterday it was raining. Okay. The weather was pleasant yesterday. So These are all weather conditions. I'm describing the weather. So that is passé, l'imparfait, sorry. Okay. And the formation is you have to have the present tense, present uh, tense of any verb with the subject nu. Formation with nu. Conjugation of nu form. And then eliminate ONS from it. Okay. Is this clear? So, for example, you have parler is a verb which means to speak. So, you need to conjugate.
Your screen is sort of paused.
I'm
I,
not writing anything. I'm not writing. I'm just telling you verbally because these tenses we have already done. So,
I thought you were writing.
sorry?
I thought you were writing and I couldn't see.
No, 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 no. I'm not. So, we need to take the present tense, present the conjugation of present tense with the subject nu, eliminate ONS from it, okay, and then you need to write the avoir endings, okay, the avoir endings of present tense. With you, it should be AI. With you, it should be AS. Il, L singular, A, okay. With nu, should be ONS. Oh, it should be IONS, sorry. With vous, it should be IEZ. Il and L plural, it should be AIENT. Okay. I hope that we have all, since we have already done these all tenses, so there is no need to write it again, and then there's no need to, give you the examples again. If you want, I can give it to you. But I assume that you already know. That's the reason I'm not writing it and the examples, and I'm not writing any of these tenses because we are supposed to do Plus-que-parfait today. And there is only one exception in l'imparfait, and that is with être. Okay, so that I can tell you in l'imparfait, the être means to be. Okay, and you have to write j'étais. This is an exception. This is the only exception you have in l'imparfait. J'étais, which means I was. Okay. Tu étais. You were. Il, elle singular, était. He, she was. Nous étions. Ending I, ONS. Vous étiez. IEZ. Ils, elles étaient. AIENT. Any confusion in this? In l'imparfait?
No, sir.
Okay. Great. With Plus-que-parfait, what is it? You said that the action which had completed before the second action took place. Okay. What is it in English? That is past perfect tense. Okay. Very famous example we've been studying since our childhood, that when the doctor came, the patient had already died. Okay. Very famous example. So, which means the first action, which was the patient had already died, it already happened before the second action, which means the doctor came. Okay, so that is the past perfect tense. The first action had already completed, had already done. Okay, before the second action took place. Any confusion in Plus-que-parfait? I mean, and in understanding wise, before I give you the formation of it.
No.
Great. So, in our La Ligne du Temps, this is our La Ligne du Temps, okay, which means La ligne du temps, which means the line of tense. Okay, la ligne du temps, the line of tense. So where exactly the all the tenses lie in this line? So here you have present tense, présent. Here you have future proche. I'm writing it in its short form because of the space crunch. So you have future proche. We have already completed that. And here you have future anterior. We've done that as well. Future anterior. And here you have future simple. Simple future. Any confusion in any one of these future tenses?
No, sir.
Okay, please speak loudly because else I will not be able to understand if you have understood or not. Okay. So this is future sample. Okay. So all of these future tenses we have three only: future proche, future anterior, and future sampler. And that is in class 10th of that's until class 10th you have all these uh, three future tenses, and we have covered them all. Okay. And in past tense, you have here passé récent. I've just explained you. Past, recent past, passé récent. Here you have passé composé. Sorry, plus-que-parfait. Here you have plus-que-parfait. Okay, that is something which we are going to do right now. Okay, and here you have passé composé. And throughout the in the duration, throughout the duration, you have l'imparfait because that is continuous past tense, past continuous tense, and that can happen at any point in time in the past. Clear? So in past tense, you have four tenses: passé récent, l'imparfait, plus-que-parfait, and passé composé. All right. Any confusion in any one of them before we move on to the formation of plus-que-parfait? Sorry, what did you say?
No, sir.
No. थोड़ा सा तेज बोलो please. Okay. Now you have la formation, the formation. Okay. La formation is the formation. Now we are going to learn the formation of plus-que-parfait. Okay. You have, as I said, the subject, le sujet. The subject. The subjects are je, tu, il, elle, singular, nous, vous, il, elle, plural. Plural. Okay. So subject plus you have l'imparfait form of être and avoir. L'imparfait du être ou avoir. L'imparfait of être and avoir, depending upon which verb you are using. So we have done the exceptions in passé composé, Dr. and Mrs. Wendertramp, and all the pronominals verb, they take être as an auxiliary, right? So similarly, the same exceptions you have in plus-que-parfait as well. So all the pronominal verbs and Dr. and Mrs. Wendertramp, all those 16, 17 verbs, they take être as an auxiliary in plus-que-parfait as well. Okay, and you should have the l'imparfait of plus-que-parfait. sorry, l'imparfait of être and avoir. Okay. Plus, you have the past participle of the verb, the PP, the past participle du verb. Plus, you have an accord of, and that is only with if you are using être as an auxiliary. Okay, what does accord mean? The past participle it gets conjugated or it gets an agreement according to the main verb you are using, this main verb you are using. Okay, it gets conjugated according to the subject you have. If your subject is masculine, then in accord there is no change at all. Okay, if your subject is feminine, then you will add an extra e at the end of the main verb or the past participle of the verb. If your subject is masculine singular, then there has to be an only s at the end of the main verb. Okay, if your subject is feminine plural, then you will use an extra e at the end of the past participle and then an extra s. Is this clear, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain what does accord mean and when do we use être and when do we use avoir in plus-que-parfait?
Sir, accord is uh, when we use E or ES or S to indicate the gender or the or if
When
it's plural or not.
to indicate the gender, but w- I mean, how does it accord? How do you identify if it is masculine or feminine? How do you identify the gender?
From the subject.
From the subject. So it gets agreed with the subject you are using. According to the subject you are using, right? So let me ask you one more question. If your subject is feminine singular, what would
Just
the
put E.
sorry?
E.
Absolutely. It will only be an extra E. Where do you write an extra E there?
What?
Where do you add an extra E?
At the end of the past participle.
At the end of the past participle. If your subject is feminine singular, E,
E.
extra E. That's what we have just discussed. If your subject is masculine plural,
S.
where
At the end,
of
the past participle.
past participle, you have to say this. So the past participle takes an S. Okay. If your subject is feminine plural,
Feminine plural. ES at
yes,
the end of the past participle.
yes, absolutely, very nice. If your subject is masculine
Masculine and
and
feminine.
feminine, yes,
Then we'll put S at the end of the past
very
participle.
nice. Only S at the end of the past participle. Very good. I was not expecting this. And why only S? Why not ES? Because your subject is feminine too.
But it's masculine too, so
हाँ तो फिर वो कौन सा लेता है मैस्कुलिन भी है फेमिनिन भी है सो whenever your subject is either whenever the subject is a
both
combined
masculine and
both
feminine.
masculine and feminine, it's a combination of both, then it we consider it as il plural. We consider the subject as il plural. Okay. Yeah. All right. Very nice. So this was my first question. Second question was about what all verbs uh, get conjugated with être in passé
The
composé or
and
in
Mrs.
plusquamperfait. Sorry?
The Doctor and Mrs. Wondertrap and
Yes.
the pronominal verbs.
Very nice. Dr. and Mrs. Vandertrap and the pronominal verbs. Okay. Good. All right. So that was about the introduction of Plus-que-parfait. That was about we have studied the exception of l'imparfait, and that is only with the verb être. We've also studied about la ligne du temps and where exactly all the tenses lie on la ligne du temps. We've also studied the formation of plusquamperfait, accord, and the verbs which take être as an auxiliary in plusquamperfait or in all the tenses like passé composé, future antérieur. So wherever we are using être or avoir as an auxiliary, so être uh, as an auxiliary remains the same with all the verbs. Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp and the pronominal verbs. Okay. Now, the question is, how do you use them? How do you use the plusquamperfait? Let me give you an example. Okay. Uh, so, quand, sorry, j'ai lu la lettre. J'ai lu la lettre. Tu avais déjà, tu avais déjà écrit. Or you can also write tu les avais déjà écrits. Tu les avais déjà écrits. What does it mean? And which tense is this? Quand means when. When I read the letter. Quand tu, quand j'ai lu la lettre. When I already read the letter. This, which tense is this? Nana, which tense is this?
That's passive composé.
This is passé composé. Very nice. Okay. Quand j'ai lu la lettre, tu les avais déjà écrits. You already wrote them. You had already wrote them. The first action was you had already wrote them. You had already wrote the letters when I read the letter. So the first action was first you have to write the letters. Then only I'm gonna read it. Right? Clear? So, which means the first action would be in Plus-que-parfait, which was you had already wrote them. And the second action was to read the letter, which means it would either be in l'imparfait, it can either be in l'imparfait or in passé composé according to the sense of the tense or the sentence we are using. Okay, so here it was passé composé, so that's the reason I had written passé composé. Quand j'ai lu la lettre, when I read the letter, you had already wrote them. Okay, so is this clear? Plus parfait in this tense, in this example?
Yes.
Perfect. And now you need to tell me the mistake which I have done in this example because I'm testing you now. I'm gonna give you this surprise test is थोड़ा सा surprise test मिलता रहेगा आपको. So please be very very careful. ठीक है? Now you need to tell me the mistake in this sentence. What mistake did I do? You have got only 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yes.
Uh, you Navi Teja. It
क्यों ले
should
जावे?
be
हाँ हाँ.
it should be negative, no?
क्यों? नेगेटिव क्यों होगा?
अच्छा नहीं. Okay. Um, did
माइंड.
you misplace the lay?
What is it?
Oh,
What is
oh,
lay here?
okay, it's je lay liu letter, I think. Maybe.
नहीं. नो. नो.
नहीं.
नहीं.
I
What is
don't
lay
know.
here? Okay. What is lay here?
The
I
la
purposely
letter.
wrote, la letter. Okay. So I purposely wrote this lay here. I was about to write it at the end of the sentence, but I just wanted you to tell me the mistake. There are two mistakes. So what should it be?
Cons je lay liu
No, the
letter.
first sentence is right. Quand j'ai
Oh, it
lu
is.
la lettre, is first sentence is right. So let me give you a hint. This is correct. So you have got the two mistakes towards the end of the the sentence.
Okay.
Tu les avais déjà écrits. So here you have two mistakes. Again 5 seconds, and that would be all.
You
Minus 10 points for you then.
um
Okay, what is lay here? Just tell me this. What is lay here?
I don't know, that's what's confusing me.
Have you studied uh, the pronouns, direct and indirect pronouns?
Huh?
So which is it? Is it direct or the indirect?
It's indirect.
Indirect. Okay. So when do you use the indirect tense pronouns?
Um,
That is prono complement indirect, right? Prono
um,
complement indirect. That is indirect pronoun. Prono complement direct is direct pronouns. All right. So here you said that indirect pronoun. Indirect pronoun कब use होता है बच्चे?
um, when they replace the when there's a preposition,
Preposition with the person.
a person.
Preposition with the person. So there is no is. Do we have a person here?
No, this is
Did
direct.
I? This should be direct. Yes, absolutely. So indirect pronouns are used to replace the person with the preposition. Which preposition? A preposition. Only a. Only a
Ah,
preposition. Okay. With the person, then only you will use direct pronoun. Sorry, indirect pronoun. Okay.
hmm.
But in this example, there is no person. So look at the first part of the sentence. Quand j'ai lu la lettre. Do we have any person here? Do we have any preposition a here? No, we don't. नहीं है ना? Hello?
Is I mean, Joe is a person.
Je is a person, but do we have that is subject pronoun bache.
Huh?
Je is subject pronoun. It is a person, but do we have a preposition a here?
No.
Then why do we need to replace it?
Hmm.
Okay? Indirect pronoun clear? Let's talk about indirect pronoun clear, Naina? Naina?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So now let's talk about the direct pronoun. Direct pronoun is a pronoun which replaces the persons and things.
Hmm.
Okay? Direct pronoun replaces the person and a thing. without the preposition. Without, and if we have any preposition, it will not be you replaced by the preposition. Oh, sorry, with the direct pronoun. Okay, so there is no preposition in the first sentence. If you look at the complete sentence, ये liu la lettre, there is no preposition at all.
Hmm.
It will replace the what I said. The direct pronoun will is used to replace the subject, to replace the sorry, not the subject, to replace the person, thing, or the object. So what is the object here? La lettre. What is the thing here? La lettre. There is no person here. कोई person नहीं है ना. La lettre, the letter. Okay, when I read the letter. Okay, so अब यहां पे la lettre को रिप्लेस करना है. किससे रिप्लेस करोगे? डायरेक्ट प्रोनाउन से. Okay, and this is singular. So will it be lay here? Singular है ना la lettre.
Hmm.
So can you write lay here?
No.
So what would be the direct pronoun you will be using?
La.
La. Okay, and since it is ave, which is starting with the vowel, so you will be using L apostrophe. Is this clear, Nina?
No.
No?
How?
तो please speak थोड़ा सा loud so that I will be able to understand. Uh, Tu l'avais déjà écrit. Now the time is to find out the second mistake. What is the second mistake here? Tell me fast.
Uh,
3 seconds. जल्दी 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 find जल्दी.
I don't know.
Direct pronoun you are using. So with the direct pronoun, the past participle always make an accord according to the pronoun you are using. Pronoun is replacing the la lettre, which is feminine, singular. So the past participle make an accord according to that. It would be écrite. समझ आया?
No.
So here the first mistake is lay, and the second mistake was to add an extra e. So it would be the complete or the correct sentence would be quand j'ai lu la lettre. When I read the letter. Tu l'avais déjà écrite. You had already wrote it. Is this clear, Nina? Any confusion or doubt you have? So it is not only the plus-que-parfait, the example of plus-que-parfait which I gave you, we had also revised the pronom complément direct and pronom complément indirect. Hope you understood. If you have any confusion or any doubt, please let me know. I can explain you later one more time as well.
No, sir. It's fine.
Perfect. All right. Uh, Now this session is going to expire in the next 2 minutes. I want you to revise whatever we have done so far, plus parfait and all the tenses, all the past tenses which we have revised, be it passé récent, passé composé, l'imparfait. Okay, go through all of them and then join back in the next 10 minutes. And I will give you, more examples of plus parfait.
Okay.
Okay, the session will automatically be ended. So उसमें फिर 10 minutes के बाद हम और examples करेंगे and will give you the exercise of plus perfect. present my screen. Okay. So now the next example, please find out the mistakes, huh? So be very, very careful. Uh, the same example which I gave you earlier in the beginning. So lorsque का meaning होता है when you have quand and you have lorsque. Both of them have same meaning. ठीक है? When. Lorsque le médecin est arrivé. Lorsque le médecin est arrivé, le patient était déjà mort. Lorsque le médecin est arrivé, when médecin means doctor, when the doctor arrived, est arrivé, okay, when the doctor arrived, in which tense is this? This entire line or the first part of the sentence is in which
Passe,
tense? Passe composé. Yes. And how did you identify it as passe composé?
because of the past participle and the être verb.
Because of the past participle. Past participle to you have in plus parfait
हाँ,
as well. Then because
just the
of
form,
sorry again.
just the formation of it.
Yes, just the formation of it. Formation क्या है? You have the present form of the auxiliary which is
हाँ,
être, है ना? So उससे आपको पता चला that this is an passé composé. Okay? So lorsque le médecin est arrivé, when the doctor arrived, le patient means the patient, était déjà mort. Okay? The patient had already died. Okay, so the first action was the patient had died. Patient was dead. Okay, and the second action was the doctor arrived. So doctor arrived before the patient was dead. Okay, that is the reason the second sentence is in l'imparfait, right?
no,
Le
no,
patient हाँ,
हाँ,
était déjà mort. It is in l'imparfait. Correct?
हाँ.
हाँ. So फिर प्लस परफेक्ट कहाँ पर है?
No, this is not l'imparfait.
Then बताओ बताओ. Tell me.
Plus-que-parfait, है ना?
Plus perfect. How did you identify this as in plus perfect?
Because of the eth and
कहते तो लेम
it's a
perfect में है.
with this the past participle too.
This is the past participle too. Yes. And where is the past participle?
More,
More, which is the past participle of
mourir.
mourir, which means to die. Absolutely. Okay. And in l'imparfait, you do not have the past participle at all. है ना? L'imparfait
Hmm.
में you have no past participle. That is the reason it is in plus-que-parfait. So first sentence is in passé composé, the other sentence is in plus-que-parfait. Okay. Did you find any mistake in this sentence? In this example?
Uh, no.
There is no mistake at all? Are you confident?
Yes.
Absolutely correct. There is no mistake in this sentence. So, lorsque le médecin est arrivé, when the doctor arrived, the patient had already died. Plus perfect. Okay. Let me give you another example. Aussitôt. Aussitôt means as soon as. Aussitôt que, as soon as. Okay. Aussitôt que j'avais complété mes devoirs. Which tense is this?
Uh,
Devoir, Devoirs. Okay. And what is the meaning of this sentence?
so what does aussitôt mean?
Aussitôt que means as soon as. You've got 5 seconds. Meaning in this tense.
Future anterior.
Future anterior तो
No, it's not future, no.
hmm.
It's plus-que-parfait.
How did you identify it's a plus-que-parfait? How do you know?
It's the past participle of complété and
Hmm. And
um avoir का से
avoir का?
imper imperfect.
Are you confident or you're just ये सब
You
तुक्का है? जल्दी बताइए. You need to be confident. I don't think you are confident at all.
no, it's plus-que-parfait.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You are right. So you need to be confident, बच्चे. You are right. Absolutely right. This is l'imparfait of avoir and the past participle. That is what we have done in a formation. If you look at the formation here, l'imparfait, I'm underlining this. L'imparfait of être and avoir, you have avoir l'imparfait, and you also have past participle of the verb. You have the past participle of the verb, which is complété. है ना?
Um,
So please be confident while saying. Okay? You know the concept, you know the rule, so that is fine. Even if you are wrong, that's okay. But बोलिए, ठीक है? So that's
see, the
okay.
way you're asking the question makes me feel that I'm wrong.
No, 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 not at all. Not at all. See, that is my responsibility, that is my duty to test your understanding,
How?
right? So virtually it is impossible, not impossible, this is difficult to understand your understanding. So that is the reason I'm asking questions. Other, if I was, in front of you, if you were sitting next to me, so that would have been easier for me to understand, right? तो अभी तो मैं
Um,
आपको exercises immediately देता, आप समझ जाते हैं. अभी I'm giving you the exercises and your homework, right? So then only that is then another way of testing your understanding, है ना? Okay, so aussitôt que j'avais complété mes devoirs, as soon as I'd completed my homework. Okay, the mes devoirs is always in plural. Remember, this can never be a singular form. It is always a plural form devoir. Okay, if it was a singular form, that the meaning would have been changed. So, aussitôt que j'avais complété mes devoirs, as soon as I had completed my homework, okay, mes parents m'ont demandé de jouer au jardin. Mes parents m'ont demandé de jouer au jardin. What does this mean? And which tense is this? Demandé, it is E के ऊपर accent aigu.
as soon as I completed my homework, my parents asked me to go play in the garden.
Very nice. Very good. So now I'm going to ask you three questions. and you need to tell me in that sequence only.
Okay.
The first tense in tense you had already told me. The tense of the second sentence, first question. How
Hmm.
many mistakes do you have, and
Two.
what are they? Three questions, and then we'll be done with this example. And you have got only 10 seconds. Please.
The second sentence is passe composé.
Very nice.
Um,
Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi.
um,
Time is running.
it should be complété with an S.
Complete with an S. Okay.
It,
So how many mistakes did you find?
oh, I
Four.
don't know.
You don't know. So you'll get only 0 marks then, if you don't know.
Um,
Okay. You said it's in passé composé, the second sentence. Absolutely right. This is in passé composé. The second you said that complete should be with an S. Why did you feel like that?
because devoir is with an S.
The war with an S, the war is an S. So complete क्यों? ऐसे तो मैंने नहीं सिखाया कि पास्ट पार्टिसिपल जो है ऑब्जेक्ट को फॉलो करता है. ऐसे
हाँ.
ऐसे मैंने बताया कभी? Have you studied this? Then the war is an object, right? And complete is a past participle of the verb.
Hmm.
It doesn't agree the object at all. है ना? So past participle agrees to the subject. The subject is singular. Je. ठीक है? It is je. It's singular. So past participle doesn't agree to it. First thing. Second, this is plus-que-parfait. And we are not using any pronoun in this sentence. Have we? Use it. Have we used any pronoun here?
We've used job.
Je is the subject pronoun. But do you have a direct pronoun?
No.
No, you don't have a direct pronoun. So past participle जो है agrees to the subject only in two cases. First, if you are using passive composé or être verb. Second, even if you have avoir verb, then there has to be a complément direct pronoun, and you do not have the direct pronoun here, right? So that is the reason complété should not come with an S. Clear?
Hmm.
You are understanding, right? What I'm saying?
No.
Okay? No?
I am.
You are. Okay. So there is no mistake in the first sentence. Okay? There is only one mistake, and that is jouer. Okay? Why? Because after there has to be the infinitive verb of jouer. Jouer. You cannot have the past participle after the. Clear, Nina? Any question or confusion you have? Nina?
No.
No. Okay. Please be louder. Okay. Next and the last example is, let me know if you want me to give you the more examples. Uh, The next one says, uh, sorry. Hmm. It says, quand j'aurai fini mes devoirs. Okay. This is future antérieur. Sorry. J'aurai fini is future antérieur. Uh, quand j'ai hmm, or you can either say quand je suis entré dans la classe, quand je suis entré dans la classe, comma, le professeur or le prof is a short form of le professeur. Le prof avait déjà commencé la leçon. Quand je suis entré dans la classe. Which tense is this and what is the meaning of this sentence?
And this is Passe composé.
Mhm.
Um, when I entered in the class,
Very good. Le prof avait déjà commencé la leçon. Which tense and
professor had already begun the lesson.
had already begun the lesson, right? The lesson was already started. The professor had already started with the lesson. And which tense is this?
Plus-que-parfait.
Plus-que-parfait. Do you find any mistake in this example?
Um, no,
No. And there are no mistakes at all. Okay?
maybe. Okay,
Sorry?
there aren't any mistakes.
There aren't any mistakes. Okay? So this is it. Any confusion or any question you have got in these examples or whatever we have learned so far?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to share this recording with you. Okay. I want you to go through the recording and I'll also give you the exercises and do those exercises in your homework and we will discuss it in our next class.